Good morning. Welcome to the Columbus Division of Police. We are here to invite everyone down for Red, White, and Boom, which will occur Tuesday, July 3rd. The fireworks will take place. They will launch in Genoa Park on the east side of COSI. That will occur or start at 10 o'clock. Some important things for you folks to know. The bridges downtown, they're going to close at 2 p.m. There will be no vehicular traffic across the Main or Rich Street Bridge. I believe it's about 5 p.m. the Broad Street Bridge will close to vehicular traffic. The parade is going to be bumped up 30 minutes this year. It will occur at 5:30. It will go across the Main Street Bridge, up Front Street to Spring. Some of the other things I wanted to share with you folks, we will have missing booths, approximately 5 throughout the event area, first aid stations. It is supposed to be very warm that day, so please hydrate, take care of yourselves. Dogs, I would probably not think this is going to be the best event to bring your dog just due to the crowds and the heat. Also, waterways. I've been asked a lot about if you're going to be able to put watercrafts in the water. From what I understand, from 11 a.m. until after the event, there'll be no boats or watercrafts permitted on the Scioto, near the railroad trestle, near North Bank, and then south, the railroad trestle, south of the Main Street Bridge. Otherwise, are there any other questions for me?
The weather and the temperature, how is that going to change? It's going to be so hot and humidity and people coming down with the nice weather. How are you stepping up anything or telling people to be more aware?
We're going to be cautious. We're going to have safety officers in place. Again, the event should start at 10. We're going to wait until it gets dark. If it becomes a safety hazard, then they'll make the call as to whether the fireworks are launched or not. We'll typically give it to about midnight, and say if there's rain or if the temperatures are in excess and they just feel this is unsafe for those attending, then they'll call it about midnight. They'll cancel the event. Hopefully, that is not going to occur.
Are you guys going to do anything like how you did with Pride as far as the text messaging system?
Yes, we're going to use the same texting feature, and it will be if you dial into 888-777, text in Red, White, and Boom 2018, then you will receive alerts that we will send out. Public information, safety information, anything that we feel is event worthy that the public should be aware of.
How did the text alert system go for Pride? Was it pretty successful?
It was. It was the first time we used the texting system. I believe we had about 2,500 people text in to the system. It went very well.
And what type of concerns were people texting?
They cannot text into the site. We can only send information out, so I think that's important for folks to know that they will not be able to send us information. So if they would still see something that causes them concern or alarm and they would need a police response, we'll have plenty of police officers in the area. They'll be on foot, they'll be on bikes, golf carts, cruisers. Flag one of us down. If you cannot find a police officer, then I would still encourage you to call the radio room and we will get officers to your location.
How much effort and planning goes into this in the estimates, 500,000 to 1 million people, 500,000 people coming downtown? What type of precautions do you take as law enforcement to get them in safely, get them out safely?
This has been months and months of preparation for the division. We've worked closely with fire and so many other agencies and law enforcement agencies within the city of Columbus. We feel we are prepared. I think we're ready to go, and there is a lot of effort, and I'm sorry, but I forgot the second part of your question.
Just getting people in and out of the city. I know everybody comes downtown and has a great time, but after the fireworks, people are sitting in that traffic for 2-3 hours. Yeah, patience gets a little,
Absolutely, we're aware of that, and I think we're trying something new with creating some crowd control posts for police officers, and now we have some dedicated traffic posts for police officers. So their efforts do not have to be divided. We're hoping this will help get people out of the city at a much quicker pace. At the end of the day, there's approximately 500-some thousand people in downtown area. This is the single largest event for the city of Columbus. So we ask you to exercise some patience and just understanding that we're going to do our best to safely help you leave the event and get home, but it's going to take a little time.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on how you may try and get the traffic to flow a little bit more smoothly?
As I stated, we'll just have officers who are dedicated to those posts. They know exactly. We've kind of changed some of the roadways, the course, so we're working closely with our traffic control sergeants. We'll have motorcycle freeway units, other patrol officers in place prior to the fireworks even being launched, so we will be prepared as soon as people start exiting the city.
Every year we have issues with people parking on the highways.
Oh.
That's a place where people should not be parking to watch fireworks.
I can't express enough how unsafe it is. I understand everyone's excited about the fireworks. We really want everyone to have a great opportunity to view them, but it is critical that you do not stop your vehicle in a travel lane on the freeway. Please do not pull over to the berm on a freeway. We can't protect you at that moment. You're opening yourself up to being hit by other vehicular traffic. So please, it's just too dangerous. Do not put yourself in that position. Also, I'd have to express, please don't stand on the railroad trestles. Don't stand on the railroad tracks. We are working with the railroad companies to kind of slow down the trains. But again, it's just an unsafe place for you guys to be. There's plenty of other areas to view the fireworks, but please do not put yourself in danger on that day.
People are asking again the message for the text alerts. They're trying to text it right now.
The texting is, again, if you dial 888-777 and then text RWB 2018, and then you will receive a notification that you have registered to the site. Any other questions? Sergeant Hurst, did you want to address the missing booths?
Good morning, I'm Sergeant Hurst. I'll be heading up the missing booths this year. The division puts out 5 booths scattered out throughout the area every year, and we staff it with special victims personnel. What we want to encourage everybody to do is a couple things. One, if you come down, make sure you take a updated photograph. Take a photograph of your child that day, what they're wearing. That way, if they do go missing, we can have a fresh photo. We have a good idea of what they're wearing, what type of clothing, what collars, as opposed to, little Johnny was wearing a blue shirt with red pants. We don't know how many kids are going to be dressed that way down there. The missing booths are going to be the locations. If you go online, if you go to the division website, there's a scrolling red, white, and boom missing booths information. If you click on that website, it's going to open up a link to where the form that we use downtown, you can fill that out online and print it out and bring it down with you. Come to one of the 5 missing booths and we'll issue the child a wristband. The wristbands are all numbered, and the form is going to be numbered with the wristband. That way, if your child goes missing, you can contact us. We can pull the information out and get that disseminated right away. The other thing that we have on the website is some tips. Again, take a photograph of your child that day. If you have older children, let's designate a meeting place. Have them check in maybe every hour, every half hour. If your child doesn't know their address or phone number, it's a good idea to put your cell phone number in their pocket or some other location on their persons that will be able to find that and contact you. Show the children when you come down the police officers. Take them over. Let them talk to the officer. That way they know if they do get separated, they'll be able to go contact an officer to get help, and we can get the child reunited with you. Another thing that we suggest, if they're not able to find an officer, is maybe talk to your children about finding another mother that has kids and ask the mother for help. And locating an officer to get you reunited with your children. Keep a close eye on your kid, and I know some people are against the harnesses. I don't have a preference one way or the other, but it is one way when you have 500,000 people that you're walking around downtown. It's a good way to keep a hold of your child. At least hold their hand, keep them in contact. Our goal is to have a safe red, white, and boom, and we do have kids that go missing, get separated from their parents every year, and we've been very successful in the past years of getting everybody reunited before the end of the night, and that's our goal this year. Again, if you look on the website, it has a location of all 5 missing booths. There's also a map on there that has the locations throughout the red, white, and boom area. So let's have a safe red, white, and boom, and we'll keep your kids safe while you're down here. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you again for coming down. If you have any questions, I know we have our media sites that you can go to. CPD has a site with information. Also, there are going to be a lot of questions about road closures. Please go to redwhiteboom.org. They list all kind of information about road closures, constructions, parking, COSI. If you kind of review that website prior to come down, probably you'll find the answers to a lot of your questions, and hopefully it'll be a much more pleasant day for everybody. Again, thank you for your time.